Quickly riding past the golden wheat fields, a lone figure on horseback emerged. Hol Horse, a sneaky cowboy who has ridden far and wide, leading behind a trail of troubles and broken hearts, has arrived in Italy, ready to complete a job for one of Italy's worst mafia bosses. While in the heart of Florence, Mista protects his new community, a gift from Giorno for becoming a captain that Mista promises to keep out of the clutches of the remaining wicked crime lords of Italy. His gang operates as modern-day Robin Hoods, stealing from the rich and keeping the rival gangs from extorting the good people under his watch. But as the boss of his own city, and with plenty of rivals looking to take his spot, Mista has stayed ever vigilant, and is as sharp as ever as he goes about his days. So, when Hol Horse tracks Mista to a secluded hideout, Mista's intuition kicks in, and he turns around just in time to face his would-be assassin. A tense silence fills the air as Hol Horse and Mista stand face to face. Hol Horse lets out a nervous laugh before introducing himself. "Hey there, the name's Hol Horse, nice to meet you. I don't suppose you'd want to stop and talk for a moment before we start this." Mista checks his surroundings for a moment, noticing the intruder is currently unarmed, before answering, "No." But just as Mista goes to pull out his revolver, a different gun is fired, and the bullet is heading towards him. Luckily, his 6-pistol stand is able to activate and kick the bullet away. Where the hell did that come from, Mista thinks, as he sees a still unarmed Hol Horse leap behind cover. Mista again scans his surroundings as all 5 of his bullet-like stands come out to help their master. Mista slowly creeps over to Hol Horse's hiding spot when another bullet whizzes by him. Not even close, Mista thinks, until he sees the bullet do a full 180 turn and head right back to him. Mista expertly shoots the bullet right out of the air when a second shot is fired that again starts bizarrely chasing after him. Number 5 again steps in to kick the bullet away from Mista, saving him in the process. "Good job, Number 5. You keep hanging around and blocking any bullets that come my way." I think this guy has to have a stand similar to mine, letting him control or move his bullets. Mista doesn't say it out loud, but he does wonder to himself, if our stands are both similar and reliant on a gun, this battle might come down to whose stand is stronger. Mista heads to where he believed the gun was shot from, but it's empty. Mista looks throughout the warehouse, unable to locate the tricky cowboy, until, standing above him, 2 more shots are fired by Hol Horse. Mista jumps back to cover, before letting out a few shots of his own, and reloading his gun. As he and his bullets work together, Mista is attacked from the side. What the hell, Mista thinks, how did Hol Horse get down here so fast? And before Mista can shoot, the much larger and muscular Hol Horse knocks Mista's gun out of his hand and begins swinging a pocket knife at Mista, who is then forced to defend himself. And despite his slender frame, Mista was no stranger to violence and is more than capable of fighting with his hands when needed. Mista dodges a wild swing before landing a counter hook of his own and grabbing the knife out of Hol Horse's hand. Mista wastes little time and without hesitation moves in for the kill. But again, a bullet curves and whizzes its way into this corner of the warehouse and finds its way to Mista's back. What? Again? Mista thinks, as this time he's sure the man had no gun in his hand. But still the bullet had to come from somewhere. Mista thinks there must be a second person, or maybe he can control his bullets far better than I can. I have to end this quick, Mista thinks, and despite his wounds, he again lunges for Hol Horse. They scramble for a moment, both doing whatever it takes to survive, until Mista is pushed out into the open. Quickly, Mista recovers, just in time for Number 6 and 7 to toss him his gun back, already fully loaded. As Mista tries aiming for Hol Horse, he again hears gunfire. The bullets attacking Mista again perfectly move themselves into position to connect with their targets, but Mista jumps backwards, barely giving Number 5 a chance to deflect the attack and allow Mista to make a perfect shot right to Hol Horse's chest. Mista falls to the floor and rolls to cover as Hol Horse falls to the ground. Mista is quiet for a moment as he peeks his head out to see the damage, but all he can see is a blood trail with no body. I can't lose sight of this guy, Mista thinks as he quickly follows the trail of blood, hoping to finish things once and for all. Mista slowly walks around throughout the dimly lit warehouse, aware of how all these boxes of exported and imported goods work as perfect hiding places. But Mista can't worry too much about that, as he just tells Number 5 to be ready for anything. as numbers 6 and 7 hang on to Mista's revolver, waiting for Mista to take a shot. Just as Mista turns to check the final corner of the warehouse, the enemy stand user lets out several shots, emptying their clip towards Mista. Mista's arm is hit by the first bullet, before number 5, 6, and 7 all work together to bounce the rest of the bullets back at Hol Horse, who is unable to avoid them. Mista looks, then quickly turns away, shaking his head. Well, at least it wasn't me this time. But as Mista looks back, the man in front of him begins to change. His face, hair, and even his body change to a man he's never seen before. Mista checks the assailant's wallet for an ID, reading Oingo. Mista tosses it aside, happy for the fight to be over. But still, something seems off. Why a disguise? What was his stand ability? Mista readies himself as he's almost certain that a second assassin is somewhere in the building with him. So as he walks back into the open, he carefully monitors his surroundings. 5, 6, and 7 again hang close to Mista, also watching for any movement, when, from the safety of the shadows, a bullet is fired. Mista tries shooting the bullet out of the air, but it wraps around his, changing its trajectory, then heads straight for Mista's head. Number 5 jumps up, taking the hit from Mista, allowing 6 and 7 to kick the bullet back to the real Hol Horse. In a panic, tries looking for an escape, now that his temporary partner has been stopped, but in his carelessness, runs straight towards Mista. In a split second, Hol Horse accidentally knocks the much smaller man over, disarming Mista and giving him the perfect chance to escape. Mista calls out for 5, 6, and 7 to grab his gun, as Hol Horse laughs. My luck just don't run out. He sees the now defenseless Mista and decides it's payday. Hol Horse stops and carefully aims his stand at Mista before pulling the trigger. Little did he know that Mista's other bullets have been off looking for Hol Horse this whole time, and number 2 has found his way to Hol Horse's gun, and as soon as Hol Horse fires his bullet, the still unnoticed number 2 kicks it back into Hol Horse's gun, causing it to backfire and badly damage Hol Horse. Hol Horse cries out in pain as Mista slowly walks over, proud of himself and his bullets for handling the stand user. Mista says, I'm asking one time, who's your boss? And if I don't like your answer, you're dead. Hol Horse thinks for a moment, wondering, should I try using my stand or just lie and try to escape? But as Hol Horse looks into Mista's eyes, he knows not to test Mista on his word. So Hol Horse tells Mista everything and makes sure to hide nothing. Mista takes a deep breath before nodding his head. Okay, see if you can save your friend, then get the hell out of here. Hol Horse is shocked, asking, are you for real? Mista answers, yeah, I said get out of here, didn't I? So listen before I change my mind. Hol Horse quickly rushes to his partner Oingo and helps his barely conscious friend to safety. Oingo's little brother Boingo, who already saw everything play out because of his stand, quickly pulls the car around and quickly takes them to the hospital, as they all agree they're lucky to be alive and decide to finally retire for good. Mista makes a call to Giorno, telling him to send some soldiers to beef up security in their cities, just in case there are any other attacks. Giorno thanks Mista for taking care of things and promises to look into the matter personally, before they both head their separate ways until they meet again. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe because it really helps the channel grow. And just remember to have a great day until I talk to you all next time.